Everyone, this is Kate with Scholar Marketing. Today, our tech tip video for you is going to be how to create an email newsletter with multiple images so that you guys can create a email campaign using that newsletter. So the first thing we're going to do is go to Command by going to agent.kw.com and logging in. Once you're logged in, we're going to go to the Designs applet on the left-hand side. And once you're there, you're going to notice that you're going to see your current designs. What I want to do is create this one from scratch with you guys. So we're going to hit create a design in the top right. When we're creating an email newsletter, we want to make sure that our design template is an email template. The reason for that being is if you go to set up an email campaign and you're trying to pull in your design, if you didn't create it as an email template, it's not going to show up. You're not going to see it. You're going to be wondering where it is. So you want to make sure that you're creating that as an email template. So we're going to hit that and go ahead and hit next. Once we hit next, you're going to notice that they have a lot of templates that you can use, customize yourself to where they work for whatever you're trying to do. They have 73 different ones that you can customize and edit for yourself. However, today I'm going to create one from scratch with you guys so that we can customize it how we'd like. So what I want to do is hit this create a new template in the top right-hand corner. Once I do that, it's going to open up the design platform. I'm going to go ahead and give this a name. We're going to call it newsletter. Then we're going to start building our email newsletter how we would like it. Now, I like to add a lot of photos, images, things like that, that I maybe created outside of Command. So what we're going to do is start building that. The first thing I like to add is the legal header. So we're going to click on that, drag it, and drop it. You'll notice that there is a green line where it's going to add it, and I can release on my my mouse. It's then going to plug in that information. You'll notice that it is missing the logo, it's missing the photo and the name. That information pulls from your marketing profile. So you don't have to edit that. The only thing you're going to want to do is make sure that it's there and that it's pulling that information. So to check on that, you can hit the little eyeball that says preview, and it will show you the information that's pulling from your marketing profile. So if any of that needs to be updated, you can do that before you use this. You can also change the device you're viewing this on. So if you want to view it from an iPad or tablet or from a mobile device, you can see what it's going to look like. We're going to go ahead and hit the X. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to add a lot of photos. So we're going to hit the image and drag and drop that over. Again, you're going to see that green line. It's going to determine where it's going to put that. So either above the legal header or below. I definitely want it below, so I'm going to do that. Then it's going to show you the images you can pull into that email design. So you can pull them straight from Command if you've already created something in Command that you want to pull in, or if you'd like to pull in something from Canva or MailChimp or wherever else you've created a design, then we can go ahead and hit the drag, drop, and browse. I'm going to go ahead and pull in this design over here. I'm going to go ahead and select all three of these so that they automatically, I'm able to pull them. You'll see in a second why I did that. So now it's going to show them down here, and I don't have to do this again. It's going to pull them the next time I drag in an image. So the first one I want to do is this one here. I'm going to go ahead and hit that. Now you'll notice that my image is here. I can customize this a couple of ways. I can hit the edit button and I can change the size of it. I can make it to where if they click on the photo, it takes them to a link or a website, all of that different stuff. I can center it, move it to the left or the right. Once you have made the changes over here on the right-hand side, though, you want to make sure you hit done. Otherwise, those changes are not going to take effect. So this is basically your save button for this example. So we're going to hit done. You can also, to adjust the size of the image, you can use the drag options to make it as big as you can. You'll notice that some images won't get any bigger. So it may already be max size. So just keep that in mind when you're playing around. So my image is about as big as it's going to get. I can go ahead and preview that, what it's going to look like when I send it. just so I have a good visual of what that looks like. Once I'm done, again, you can hit the edit as well to adjust that size over here. You'll do both the width and the height, center, left, right, etc. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in a few more images because, like I said, my newsletters, I like to be very visual. So we're going to go ahead and drag this one over again. And now you'll see that the other photos that I had are also pulling. So I don't have to go add images again. I can just pull them in, which is why I selected all three the first time. So there is my photo. You'll see that they line up the same size, which is great. I like that. Let's say that I don't like how close they are together. You can change this a couple of ways. I like to just add a text box in between so that it creates space and then just delete the text there. That way it breaks it apart a little bit, so that there's kind of a little bit of a space in between there. We're going to do that again down here. I'm going to drag another image. We're going to pull in this one here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add a little text box. You can see again the green line. I'm going to edit that and delete the text. Hit done. Let's say I want to pull in one more photo. This photo is going to come straight from Command. So let's say I want to pull in this open house one. I have an open house coming up. I want them to know about it. You'll notice the size is a little different on this one. So it's 600 by 750. And these are 530 by 750. So we could change this to where they're the exact same size, although it doesn't appear to be making it. These photos just may not go any bigger. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to drag this one down to where it is the same size, just because I like things to be consistent. We're going to throw in another text box just to create that space. Then I have all of that on one email template. So I like to finish mine with a legal footer. I grabbed the wrong one, so I'm going to drag that legal footer, put it below. Again, it's going to have those logos that don't look like they're pulling information. However, you can double check that by coming in here and making sure that those have images and information. So you can also add buttons if you want them to click on something, take them to a website. You can add those links to your photos, again, by adding that here. If you want to direct them to a landing page or to a website, you can add all of that information. So this is how we would create that newsletter. Again, once I send it out, it's going to look like this. It's going to come across with all of those images, my information, etc. You can also add text box, obviously, if you want to add more information, a whole paragraph, you can add that here. You can use the inline text to just make sure everything lines up. So if you see, it kind of just centers everything in the center of the page and lines them up with your photos. So yeah, that is our tech tip for today. Once you've created your template, your newsletter the way that you want it, you can go ahead and hit save and hit X out of that. It's going to save the changes again. Then when you go in and create your email campaign, you'll be able to pull that newsletter in and it's going to be created and ready to go for you. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any suggestions for tip videos or need any support with this, please reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. We are happy to help. Have a great day.